Welcome back to Walsall Fan TV, the joy and the pain. We have Reese. He's our word on Wimbledon. So,
Hello,
Reese,
good evening.
before we went on air, you're feeling a bit confident, are you?
Yeah, feeling confident. I mean, just as I said to you before, the way we play, the way we have been playing in the playoffs was unbelievable. Defensively, we've been so solid. I mean, we've kept the most clean sheets in the league and everything like that, conceded the least goals, but just the way we played was unbelievable. We frustrated Notts County so much. I'm surprised they didn't even score in the two legs. So yeah, confident. Don't want to get too confident, but because I know Walsall are a good side, and I think Wimbledon know their strengths and weaknesses from the two games that we've played against each other in the league. So yeah, excited, confident, and just ready for Monday because it's going to be a thrilling game, I think.
The second game against Notts County without Jatta and McGoldrick, that was sort of nice, wasn't it, to not have that threat?
Yeah, 100%. In the first leg, whenever if you play against Notts County, but whenever David McGoldrick gets on the ball, you feel like something's going to happen because he just creates something out of magic. So yeah, they definitely lost that spark in the second leg. So that was a massive miss for them because whenever they came forward, they didn't really look confident at all. They didn't really seem like they wanted to get a shot on goal, a shot on target. So yeah, big miss for him. It will be interesting to see what he does next season, to be honest, because he can easily play in a higher division. But yeah, I think if them two did play, it would have been a very, very different game in the second leg.
I think as far as league finishes are concerned, fourth versus fifth, should be the final, really. So it sort of that works out well.
100%.
Want to look at some of the Wimbledon players that we need to watch out for, and how we can beat you is the one. Not, he says. First of all, I'd like to say Josh Newfield, his goal, the single goal in the second tie. What an absolute goal that was. So that was good. And we started the keeper, Owen Goodman, 51 games, 73% saves, 45% clean sheets on loan from FA Cup winners Crystal Palace. So tell me the good bits and the bad bits about Owen Goodman.
Oh God. Let's start with kind of when we signed him. Obviously, he was at Colchester the season before, and I think he conceded something like 80, 85 goals, which is crazy for any sort of season for a goalkeeper. Came into the squad really shy, not confident at all, and just as the season's progressed, he's got better and better and better. Credit to our goalkeeping coach Bezo. He's every single time we have a keeper come in, he does amazing. But yeah, Owen's been great. He plays a lot on confidence. Like if he has a shocker in the first 5 minutes, if he makes a crazy mistake in the first 5 minutes, and it could be a tough one for him. But yeah, he definitely plays on confidence, I'd say. So if you can maybe frustrate him, something like that, get a really early shot on target. If he can fumble something like out of the blue, then that could be the way to kind of go around him. But yeah, he plays on confidence. As the season's gone on, he's
quite a young keeper, amazing. Isn't he, as well?
Yeah, 100%. He's a really good keeper.
No, he's quite young. I mean, yeah.
Oh, sorry, young. Yeah, he's only 2021, I think. So
similar to our Tommy Simpkin, then sort of young keeper.
Tommy Simpkin, yeah, he's one of those goalkeepers where he gets in everyone's head. I remember I was behind the goal when you guys beat us 1-0 at our place, and he was just smiling at us and everything like that. It was so annoying, and I'm sure he'll do it again on Monday. So, that's what you want from a keeper.
Against Chesterfield, the Chesterfield fans were complaining, saying that it was wasting time.
Yeah,
and the ref was right on it on the second leg. The moment Walsall sort of delayed, he was like giving out cards. It was like the manager, Paul Cook for Chesterfield, had really sort of got into the ref's head before the game. Yeah. So that was a bit of a strange one.
It was crazy. It was crazy watching the second leg when Chesterfield came out like 2 minutes before the game and just didn't even want to walk out. It's like mental, but mind games, happens.
Yeah, I think it's funny you say about Wimbledon, how they've sort of played really well in the playoffs. Walsall, of course, first half of the season, absolutely dominated the division. It is a very young team, and they had a lull, and took some getting back on top of things. George Hall getting fit has been a big help. And against Crewe, last match of the season, Walsall really looked sort of like back to themselves.
Yeah.
And then Chesterfield, a very high scoring team, can rip any team apart, really. And Walsall just stopped them playing.
I think you just shocked them with your first two goals in the first half of the first leg. It's just came out of nowhere. But yeah, no, Chesterfield, really good side. When we played them a couple of weeks ago, drew 0-0, I thought the way they passed the ball down was really impressive. Like John Fleck, former Sheffield United player, just gets the ball down, slows everything down. It was really impressive to watch. So fair play to them for getting in the playoffs. But when you come up against a side like Walsall who score goals out of nowhere, and you're done for pretty much.
Yeah, I must say the Chesterfield fans were brilliant, to be honest. Talking to them in and around the ground, sort of both ties, really. Really great bunches that we came across. And the one guy had said to me before the game, he said, we always try to score the perfect goal, and we passed it around too much. And in the two games against them, it was so evident. Like they'd have a player who's in a position where he could shoot and he'd pass the ball on. And
I think that's the thing about League Two. It's like you don't need to be scoring the most perfect goal. It's like a goal can come out of nowhere. It's like that Adoma cross, and I think it's Amanchi. Like it came out of literally nothing. It just a long ball into the corner and a little bit of just special quality, and you get a goal like that. So
Everybody expected him to just hold it in the corner, didn't they?
100%. Yeah, and it's another interesting aspect because us and Walsall both don't really like keeping possession, so it's gonna be interesting to see what even happens on Monday.
I think the ball, somebody will put the ball into the middle of the pitch, and both teams will just leave it there. I think that's
yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen. But when we do get on the ball and play, we are a very good side, but sometimes we just do a little bit too much. I think that's pretty much everyone this season, but. Omar Bugle's going to be out for Monday because he had an injury. Sam Hutchinson also won't be there because he had a heart attack for the last game of the season against Grimsby, and he scored in that game and he carried on. So
Omar Bugle, I like him. He's a player I wanted to replace, as a cover for Jamil Matt. I like him.
He's just Jamil Matt and Omar Bugle are two pretty similar players. But he will be a big miss, but. We did pretty well without him in the second leg. We have other ways which we can play football, so it's just kind of that more physical asset that we lose. But I'm sure it'll be okay.
What I want to talk about next, obviously, very good defensive record. Joe Lewis and Ryan Johnson. Joe Lewis, wearing 41 games, won 62% of the headers he competed for, 67% of the tackles. Very impressive. Ryan Johnson, his former Stockport partner, of course. 65% headers, 47% tackles. So maybe he's contributed to 16 clean sheets. So they're no sort of clowns by any means. But perhaps Ryan Johnson, is he one of the weakest in the defence?
He can be. I think he's probably one of the defenders which can have a mistake in him at some point in a game, if it's just a bad header or some just sort of miscommunication. But we haven't had too many clear-cut mistakes in the defence ever since we've kind of gone 3-5-2 with Riley Harbottle, Lewis and Johnson. They've looked pretty solid. Like they win every single header. They're battling for it. And Riley Harbottle is... he's going to play a big part on Monday, I think. Obviously, he got the goal against Notts County. Just literally fearless in defence. He's not scared going into any sort of challenge or anything like that. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for Walsall to get through our defence. But I think Jamil Matt is, he's just Jamil Matt. He's got so much experience in the EFL. He can come out with a little bit of magic out of nowhere. But yeah, if we can keep those 3 next season, I think we'll be solid at the back again.
Yeah, Walsall switched recently to more of a box midfield. So playing the ball up to Jamil Matt and Jamie Jellis and George Hall sort of running on beyond Jamil Matt.
Yeah.
And first couple of games that didn't really happen, but the last 3 games they've sort of got it together really, and that's looking really good.
True.
In the middle, I don't know much about Jake Reeves, but I mean he's very solid. Ali Smith on loan from Lincoln did very well with Sutton, didn't he?
Yeah. He's been really good this season.
He's a player I was looking for when he went to Lincoln.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Ali Smith. He's just got released from Lincoln as well. Exactly. So if we do go up, then happy days. I think he would stay. But yeah, Ali Smith has been great. I think start of the season he wasn't that great, but then ever since kind of Matty Stevens went off form, hasn't scored a lot of goals in the second half of the season. He's kind of picked up the pieces from midfield. He's kind of had that more attacking midfielder role. So, and I think when he gets that time and space and he can actually kind of show what he can do creatively. Yeah. So yeah, he's been a big asset defensively and attackingly. Jake Reeves, just solid. He just picks up the ball from defence, finds a pass in midfield, and then we go from there. Captain fantastic. He was there the last time Wimbledon got promoted from League Two in the playoff final as well. So I'm sure that will bring back some memories and hoping to kind of do the same thing. But yeah, our midfield has been great this season. We've had a lot of kind of changes in there. Like Sam Hutchinson will be a big miss. He's played in Wembley finals with Sheffield Wednesday and played for Chelsea and whatnot. So I think he calms everything down. But obviously he had a heart attack, so I don't think he's going to be able to play. So
well, let's hope he recovers properly. Because of the Stockport connection, you've got some players with recent promotions in the team, so that's obviously going to be a big benefit for you.
Yep.
Because Wimbledon defends so well, on a bigger pitch, everything's a bit more stretched. Is that a concern for you?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I was playing on Wimbledon's pitch yesterday, and it was just huge. I don't even know how like players play on that professionally. Well, I mean, they're fit and everything, but yeah, quite a few of our players have played at Wembley. I'm sure they're going to be making the pitch bigger at the training ground or something to kind of get used to the size of Wembley.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm sure Walsall will be doing the exact same thing. So I'm not too worried about that, but the last maybe 10, 15 minutes, you could see both teams starting to fatigue and then could come into a pretty open game. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, I think Matt Sadler's come out recently and yesterday, I think, saying the benefit of the variety that he has off the bench is sort of like a key part of games. And as you know, Walsall have scored a lot of their goals in the second half of games. So that's one. But I think the wide men are going to play a big part. I was quite impressed with
one of your wingers for Chesterfield. I think, against Chesterfield, I think he was the left winger. I can't remember. I think
Liam Gordon.
He caused havoc against Chesterfield in the second leg, especially. So it's going to be a big battle with him and Josh Neuville on that right side.
Well, Liam Gordon. He's hardly missed a game. I think he's played virtually every game of the season. And in the last few months, he's looked absolutely shattered. But I mean, like my lad, sort of Stephen mentioned, sort of the one game. It was like 5 minutes in, and he said, "Liam Gordon, he's done already. He's just shattered." But he sort of came alive again. He's come alive again in the playoffs. Both games against Chesterfield. Some very good players against him. And he's really done very, very well. Obviously, he won the penalty for the first goal. Why he was trying to draw it onto his right foot when he's left-footed, I don't know. But I mean, the guy sort of assumed he was shooting and just slid in and took him out.
True.
So he's a challenge. For you guys, James Tilley scored a very good goal against us at our place. Picked him up from Crawley. That's a smart acquisition, that was.
Yeah, 100%. I think Tilley will be... I mean, he was when we signed him, he was more attacking, more of an attacking winger. This season, he's kind of gone into that wing back role. So he's been like defensively very, very solid. And especially Josh Neuville as well. He's never played wing back his whole life, just been a winger trying to get forward. And both of them have come together really, really good, been really impressive. It does make them score less goals because they have to get up and down the pitch and it's knackering. So I think James Tilley, he's a big asset for like getting crosses into the box. We've got a lot of big men who can win the ball. So if he can get in those areas, those crossing areas at Wembley, then I think we'll be okay. I think Tilley will be a little bit disappointed with the amount of goals that he's had this season because for Crawley he was scoring
5 goals, 7 assists. Yeah,
that's pretty good, but I think he could have done a little bit more in terms of goal wise. I think a couple of those goals came from the Virtue Trophy, so he would have liked to see a couple more goals in the league. So, but I think he's happy where he is wing back. So
yeah,
no problem with James Tilley, I think.
Miles Hippolyte, is he going to play, you think?
I think so. I mean, he just had a long-term injury, came back for the last game of the season against Grimsby, and then played in the 2 playoff matches. And he's looked quite solid. He kind of has that Jake Greaves role. And I think that allows Smith to kind of go forward and be a little bit more creative if Hippolyte and Reeves kind of stick together and just calm everything down, can make it faster if they need to. So yeah, I think he will play. He's very technical, very creative player. Is another Stockport link. So if we can get all those Stockport boys playing with each other like that, that's another big thing. The fact we've signed loads of players which have played with each other for many years and they've experienced it all together, the highs and the lows, and I think that kind of relieves the pressure off of Wembley as well because they've all lost there, they've all won there, and everything like that. So I'm not sure what they're expecting, but yeah.
Matt Stevens, a very much a confidence player, and you say second half of the season he's sort of dropped off, doesn't he, somewhat?
Yeah, he has. It's been interesting because we're playing the exact same way, and I think he hasn't been scoring a lot of goals because a lot of teams were coming to us and they were man marking, that they were double marking Josh Neuville on that far side. I think they've realised Josh Neuville's crosses aren't really that good, even if he gets round you and then the crosses into the box usually aren't that great. So I think they've kind of changed it around that they're keeping one man on Josh Neuville and double marking Stevens whenever he gets inside the box, because he's one of those players where he can do literally nothing for the whole game. And then he pops up with something, just a random cross into the box, and he does a really good finish. Like, he hasn't scored since Barrow, which was a month and a half ago, I think now. And that was one of those games where he did nothing the whole game. Then 75th minute came up with a goal, a really good finish. So yeah, builds on confidence. I think he's been very frustrated, but he signed a new contract, so he must like it at Wimbledon. So if he can score it, he had a really good chance against Notts County as well. The header in the second leg. But Alex Bass did really well. So hopefully that brings him a little bit more confidence for Wembley, because that would be great to see him score again, because he has been a little bit off form, you'd say.
I think Walsall's view of him is a little bit tainted, because he came and played for Walsall on loan from Forest Green, but he was just coming back off an ACL, and he just wasn't fit, really. So I don't think Walsall saw the best of him. I know he's been a great player for you, obviously. Wish him well next season. That'd be the thing. Just checking on a few messages. Now, this one we've got to talk about, because this is a funny one. Mr. Crayon Eater, 1-0, Adalma to bag his 100th goal. He's been on 99 goals for about 2 months.
What a time to do it, eh?
And the thing is, it's now they say it's written in the stars for him to get his 100th goal to win it for us at Wembley.
100%. Yeah, he's one of those players which is just creative. He's experienced. He's played in higher divisions, so I think he knows what Wembley means. And it's another one of those players where they probably won't have a lot of pressure going into going into Monday. I'm too used to saying Saturday. So yeah, do you think he'll play a big part? Do you think he'll start? Because he's been coming off the bench quite a lot.
I think he'll be coming on about 20 minutes to go to get the winner. That's or to create the winner. Him and Amanchi, Levi Amanchi. I think on the bigger pitch, Jamil Matt probably won't last as long. So I think Amanchi might get more. But Levi Amanchi he's a strange one because some people say he's like Bambi on ice. And people say nobody knows what he's going to do because he doesn't either.
That's the way to do it. Wow.
But against with the ball, he's not so good in the air. I know he got the header, the second one at against Chesterfield. He did have a chance just before that to open the scoring for the tie, and he missed it. It was a real big chance, but he didn't let it affect him mentally. He was sort of carried on the same. He's sort of quite level-headed and calm character. He's quite a cool finisher. He's quite a cool finisher, and that's why I was sort of surprised that he didn't finish that one, because it sort of came across to him, and he had quite a bit of time, and he
got the most important goal in the end, so it's all good.
Yeah, he got his goal at the end. I think what was funny is on the highlights, I know you'll see it, him trying to take his shirt off. It took him like
then he couldn't get it off. Yeah.
That's sort of but he's a player that sort of, I just say, so unpredictable.
Yeah,
so unpredictable player.
It was quite funny to see on Walsall's social medias the day after that I think they lost his GPS tracker thing, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, he took his shirt off. Yeah. He took his shirt off and somebody had it, and then somebody took it. Which is
have they found it yet?
I have no idea. They should be able to find it, shouldn't they? If it's got a tracker on it.
True. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, exactly.
GPS tracker, that sort of like be fairly easy to locate, I'd have thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so sure about the shirt, but
that's just gone.
No one's going to give that game back. I think the people that went on the pitch when Walsall scored that second goal, that was obviously everybody thought the game was pretty much over before that point. So but like they went on the pitch, which was naughty of them, but they could have just waited half a minute and they'd have been able to celebrate properly.
Exactly.
Just going to another comment here. We've got I'm strangely confident we'll do the job and send their massive 25,000 fans home crying. Aggressive, isn't it?
The ticket sales for us have been pretty impressive. We sold out the first and second tier. I actually think there is some tiny blocks getting released at 6 in the first tier, but yeah, we've sold 8 or 9 blocks in the third tier as well. So pretty impressive. We want to get to that. We want to get to that 30k mark before they go. Before they go off sale Saturday evening.
How many do you normally get home game?
I think we just average just over 8k. But then the away fans, they can have up to 1.2 thousand. So
it's
8k.
Lots of teams, lots of local teams to you, and of course, being Wembley, it's just around the corner. It's probably, how long is it going to take you to get there? About 10 minutes.
I actually don't live in London. I live a little bit south. So
how do you?
I actually go to uni in Wembley, so I'm pretty used to the place. So
I know the place.
It's not that long. It's about just over an hour for me. It's not that bad.
Got a comment from John Boy Drink Money. He lives in Thailand. He's a Scunthorpe fan. So Scunny have done all right this season. So good news for Scunny. What we got here? We got I think the belief and togetherness of the squad will get us over the line. I think that's been massive for Walsall. Matt Sadler, the manager, he's got a togetherness in the team, and I think being such a young squad, I think that's why we had the blip or the extended blip, as it were. It's just a young players, and they've got new experiences. The likes of Jellis and Connor Barrett, of course. That was
an interesting one. It's very interesting.
Full season as a professional, so it's inexperienced bunch, but with it comes lots of energy, and it's the energy. Sort of the likes of Jake Reeves and Ali Smith won't be getting time on the ball and that's. But obviously, on a bigger pitch, maybe they will. That's,
possibly, yeah. It's an interesting one because both teams have had. Obviously, Walsall had a bigger blip than us, but we didn't. We were expected to probably finish in that third spot, and then we just crumbled. So both teams have crumbled, but have found their way back up to Wembley. As they probably both deserve as well. So I think we both deserve a Wembley final. We've both been good in pretty much 3/4 of the whole season. So one of the teams will crumble and one of the teams will carry on the momentum into next season. So
to be honest, I don't think I see a crumble. I think I see a good competitive game that's going to be very 100%. Tight, and it's probably going to be a single goal or penalties. I think
that is the Wimbledon way. We've only been winning 1-0 at the moment, so I wouldn't expect too many goals from us.
No, it's going to be quite tight. Walsall have been sort of getting on the goal trail more lately, but obviously you guys sort of defend very well. Big pitch definitely played its part in the game. Three Little Birds. What's this? We beat them away and drew when we were looking poor, so that should give the lads some confidence. Yeah, to be honest, when we got the draw, when you came to our place, that was a real getaway. That was because we were quite off it at that point.
To be honest, I do agree. I don't think you guys look that great in the away game at your place, and especially obviously a really good free kick by Alan, I believe it was, but. Our defenders in the wall, they just moved out of the way. If they jumped and stay compact, it would have hit the wall, which was so annoying for us. But...
I heard that, and then when I watched it back, and I'm thinking, I don't completely agree there that they jumped out the way. I think it's still a really good free kick.
100%.
Maybe if it's typical of people in a wall, they don't generally jump at the ball, do they? They just jump and turn, sort of thing.
Exactly, just leave a massive gap.
What's this? Who's Short Shorts? I wonder if we could wind up Short Shorts and get him sent off. He seems like the most likely out of the back line to bite at Jammer's dark arts.
That's Shorts? Joe Lewis, number 31. I mean, what Wimbledon have been really good this season is just giving away like little niggly fouls. We've been really good at pulling shirts and the refs haven't seen it. So especially with VAR on Monday, that's going to play a huge part as well.
VAR, I think, will Jamil Matt finally get a free kick? He hardly ever gets a free kick.
Yeah,
he probably does as much himself as anybody else. The one game, I'm not sure it was against now, but there's a ball coming into the box. The guy put his arm around Jamil Mack's neck and pulled him to the floor.
Wow.
10 yards away from the ref, and the ref waved it away. So,
League 2 referees for you.
Yeah, that's it. So it's anything, Connie.
Definitely.
Well then, so we'll see how it unfolds. It's I'm looking forward to it. The obviously your guys will have more. You'll have more fans there. But will they be as loud as the Walsall throng? Because Walsall are known for very good vocal backing, and I'm 100%. Sure that's going to be the same. So we'll see. But it's been a crazy season, hasn't it? I think both Wimbledon and Walsall, our form in the last 6-7 weeks of the season or 8 weeks of the season. I think if anybody else had been on decent form, we'd have got nowhere near the playoffs, would we?
100%. Yeah, I agree.
So we're happy to be at the final. It's a nice day out, and
exactly.
And we'll see.
As I said before, I think both teams deserve it. Walsall 100% should have gone up automatically if you guys didn't have the blip. If we didn't have a blip, we probably could have just scraped that third spot, that automatic third spot. So it's probably two teams that 100% deserve to be in the final, and it's just means it's going to be a great game. Two pretty evenly matched teams going against each other. So
toe to toe,
exactly.
4th, 5th playoff final.
That's how we want it in a final, 100%. We don't want it to be just one-sided. So
that's it. And I think as far as teams to play against, I think probably Wimbledon are probably the team we'd least want to play against because of their defensive strength. Walsall have got such a beautiful voices. We'll sing out anyone given the chance. That's what Troy says.
We will see, Troy. We will see.
We're going to have a bit of banter going on, haven't we?
Exactly. It's all love. It's all good.
Reese, enjoy the game and good luck.
Thank you.
And hopefully, from my point of view, Walsall will do the job. But
I hope not. I hope not.
but we'll see. Cheers. Thanks for coming on, mate. Good
nice one. No worries.
Stay good. Cheers. The joy.